By the way, I just want to let you know they're all challenge 1/4. I did not expect this to be a life-threatening situation when I wrote this particular half of the encounter. So, brief recap. You were all in, I've remembered the town name, you were all in the sleepy town of Shepton Mallet. And there was there was a little country fair, and you all took part, with the exception of Shinies, who was struck low by the shitting sickness and spent all of their time outside shitting. So there were some tokens available, you know, and a grand prize. And in the interim, about 15 people died, including one who died by falling into a vat of penis-shaped pickles, taking what for the first time in D&D was capsaicin damage, mixed with necrotic while eating penis-shaped pickles. You also convinced someone to kill their childhood friends. You then ended up by causing a riot and burning down the town as radical communism comes to Shepton Mallet. So we start, as we start many of these sessions, with you fleeing the scene. And actually, it's about a week later. And we're going to start in the middle of the night, actually. You're in a nice little camping area in the woods, and it's pleasant. I'm going to roll a d3 to determine who is on watch at this point, because I'm assuming you're all doing, you're taking it in turns. If you roll it should be a d4, and if you roll a 1, it's nil. D4, and if I roll a 1, it's nilks. All right, that actually sounds fucking hilarious. So let's do that. Let's start the plot potentially with an unconscious character. Fuck's sake.
It's gonna be so fun.
Right, okay. Well, Nylx is on watch. When...
It should be Belladonna, but Belladonna just put Nylx on a rock.
Yeah, that's fine. Belladonna's put Nylx on a rock, and so you're all asleep when the zombies arrive. So
worth it.
Of course we are.
So you're all going to be surprised, and you're all going to take hits to start this combat. So what we'll start off obviously by taking initiative from each and every one of you, which will be how quickly you react when you're woken up. Where's my other d20 gone? There it is. Well, that was bad. That was better. That's all right. So let me get my notebook, and we'll take note. Yeah, I'm not rolling initiative for Nylx. Okay. Anyone higher than a 20? Nope. Anyone higher than a 15? 15. Okay. So it looks like zombie one is going first. Then, your dex score's higher than 6, right? So then it's Belladonna. Then it's zombie 2.
Oh no, there's a 13 beat a 6.
Any higher than a 10? Any higher than a 5?
Oh, hold on, I just need to check my notes.
Okay.
Yes, but only just.
Oh wow. Okay. What did you and Shinies get for initiative?
I rolled 2. I got a 5.
Okay, so Shinies, and then it is going to be the Mime. Okay. All right, we start off anyway with a surprise round, so none of you can react initially. And I think you're each just going to take an attack, each and every one of you. No.
Even you?
No, you're not. Belladonna, you're getting 2. And they are going to be at advantage. And Shinies, you're getting 0. Oh, of course, and nat 20. This is how we go. Okay. And I'll just roll the other attack as well. No. So that's
You
two nat
can't do
20s. Okay. There's different dice as well. I use different dice for that. So there's going to be some some hits coming your way. Thank God they're not d8s. Okay. Right. First hit is 6 points of bludgeoning damage. The second hit is 8 points of bludgeoning damage. It's 14 points.
I'm
down.
You're down. Okay. So that's one unconscious character. You're technically going to get attacked by the next one as well. No, they're going after the mime, I think, because that would kill you literally. Yeah, 2 hits would kill you. So I think we're going for the mime. So the first one is a 19, so that's probably going to hit, and the second one, that's lower. That's a 13. That one might not hit.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Okay, so 1 hit. So you are going to take a comparatively lower 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And Shinies, you take nothing. You sleeping fine. So the mime's awake. Belladonna is unconscious now, but for a different reason.
Woke up.
Yeah. Shinies, you. I mean, would you have woken up? What's your perception score, Shinies? Let me use that to determine how
Straight
light a
perception
sleep.
or passive?
Let's go passive.
13.
Okay, I will say, yeah, you're a light enough sleeper that you would have heard that, and you are now awake, and we go to the top of the round.
Boy.
And it is Zombie 1 versus Belladonna with advantage. Okay, that's a 15. That's enough to hit, so please mark 2 failed death saves. This could be a very short session now. By the way, I just want to let you know they're all challenge 1 quarter. So I did not expect this to be a life-threatening situation when I wrote this particular half of the encounter. Okay, it is now you, Belladonna. Please do not fail your Constitution save.
That's a 17.
Oh, okay, you're still in it for now. Good lord. Alright, the zombie that is attacking
I mean, I
the
would
mime.
be up if somebody didn't roll 2 crits in a row.
Yeah, that really did surprise me. I mean, it's more probable with advantage, but it's not that probable. Okay. Okay, so standard attack this time. No advantage because you're awake now. That is an 8. So I'm assuming doesn't hit because, of course, 13 didn't last time. So, right, that's that one done, and we go over to Shiny. Shiny, you're awake. You've been woken by the sounds, and yeah, you're in a tent that's not too far away from the others. So you're within movement reach of any of the other tents, and you've heard noises from both of them.
Okay, can I at least see figures moving through the tent? Or
do you have dark vision as a...
I have Devil's Sight.
Oh, you have Devil's Sight. Yeah, you can. You can definitely see figures in
Can I
both tents.
determine which is which?
You can determine that there's one tent with 2 upright figures in it, or 3 upright figures in it, sorry, and one tent with 1 upright figure and no one else.
I mean, you can probably tell which one's which because one of them's going to be doing...
I mean, the other
time.
thing is you probably know which tent is which anyway, because...
Oh, yeah, no, I'm saying is, can I determine whether I can see the zombie, or can I not determine who is the zombie and who is not?
Oh, I see. Probably looking through there, not really. You'd maybe... Tell you what, yeah, roll me a perception. We'll see if you can tell it, because it'll be down to watching their movements, I think.
That is a 21.
Oh, yeah, you can tell. So you can tell there's 2 zombies in there with the mime, and there's 1 zombie alone in Belladonna's tent, and there does not appear to be another figure in Belladonna's tent that you can see.
Then I guess it's time to cast Filter.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay, so that is just great damage. Now I'm going to remember my D8.
Is there no save on Chill Touch? Amazing.
I don't know, range spell attacks, which is just a standard. I mean, hey, that is a hit of 12, so that'll go against.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay, in which case.
That bolt of necrotic damage. Whacks one of them in the face. Knocks a tooth out.
I mean, it's not much, but that is 2 damage.
2 damage, okay.
And if that zombie is now going to go against me next turn, that will have disadvantage against the end.
Okay. Okay, noted. And then we go over to the Mime. You've been rudely awakened, the Mime.
Okay, so presumably I can't tell what's going on with the other two.
Probably not in all this chaos.
Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use disengage is a standard action, isn't it?
Yes, disengage is a standard action unless you are a rogue.
Okay, in that case, and presumably the zombies are still in melee range.
Oh yes.
Okay, in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an action to disengage, and as I do that, I'm going to try and roll under my sort of tent flaps and bring it down on top of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll allow that. That sounds great. So as you roll, you're going to be trying to bring down the thing. Give me a sleight of hand check, please.
And I'm proficient in that, so I don't even need my bardic ability. And that's a 10.
That is a 10. That is enough. So it collapses down on top of them, and you hear all this sort of really angry zombie noises. I'm going to count that as if you had thrown a net on them. So both of them are going to be restrained until they are freed. They will be able to attempt to free themselves, but it will use an action to do so. In fact, they'll do that on their go next. Are you moving anywhere else as you're...
Which tent's the nearest?
So you're kind of just equidistant. You sort of set them up in a triangle of tents around a campfire that's currently not lit because it turns out the person who was meant to be tending it has been comatose for approximately 2 months now.
Okay. In that case,
I'll leave it for window.
Yeah. Kobold, you know. Which is what the Mime would say if they actually spoke.
Well, you do have message, but not this turn.
Yeah, the Mime's whole thing is they'll only use message to communicate with someone they intend to hurt.
So only
Also using their own voice.
Okay, so did I see Shinies? Well, presumably I saw at the very... What did I see? Presumably Shinies already cast the spell, so what would I have seen from there?
You would have already seen the spell go off, which was doing some necrotic damage. I think you can probably see Shinies standing there, or at least get their sense of a sense of presence, since you know they're not silent, you know. Like they might not know. Well, if it weren't for their devil sight, they might not have known you were there. But yeah, you could probably. I'm imagining with every cast, like every verbal component for every spell is shinies, and almost every cast is just shiny, like a Pokemon.
I mean, it's a verbal spell, so...
So you would have heard of Shinies. So you know Shinies is up, so you can assume probably in front of their tent, or not too far away anyway, and you can you know where that is from memory.
Okay, in that case, I'll probably assume that Shinies is at the very least up and defending themselves, so I'll go to the other tent to see what's going on there.
Okay. Yeah, so what you'll find in there is... well, as you're arriving at the door, can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Of course. Wait, am I proficient with dexterity saves? Yes, of course I am, I'm bars.
The bard's answer is almost always yes, unless it's constitution. Or strength.
Okay, that is 22.
22.
I was worried
Okay,
about
so
the bomb.
you jump backwards just as a zombie comes bellowing out, basically, like zooming past you through the tent flaps. So we're sort of getting to the edge of your turn now, so we're going to stop there because I've also got to resolve what that zombie's doing. Which is actually one turn later. There's another zombie that's got to act in between. That's one of the ones you've restrained. They are going to make a strength check to try and get out. I'm pretty sure those are at disadvantage when you're restrained.
Intense.
No, actually, no. It's getting intense. It is. So they rolled just shy of the 10 required to free themselves. They're stuck in the 10. Okay, so we go to the zombie 1 who has been angered by this chill touch that has struck them. Which is the weirdest named spell in D&D because it's neither cold damage nor a touch spell. So yeah, this bolt of necrotic damage has hit them and they're like, what? Well, more accurately, they're and they are beasting out of, because they're very much a runner zombie, they're beasting out of the tent. They almost knock over you as you're going past, but they don't really see you because you jump aside. You can do an attack of opportunity as they go past if you'd like.
Oh, go on then. I'll use my...
I will point out, technically Chill Touch is a touch spell. It's just a ethereal hand that's touching.
It's mage hand with significant drawbacks.
Yeah.
Cooler mage hands.
No, that would be if it was cold damage. We've already established it's not. Yeah, so if you want to do an attack of opportunity, go for that.
Yeah, I'll hit them with my long sword. Wait, the long swords. Wait, no. Yeah, I've got a rapier. Yeah, I'll hit them with my rapier. That's what I've got.
The classic finesse weapon. Okay, so you're going for a lunging stab with a rapier. I think a rapier's piercing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it honestly shouldn't be, but I've
it
gone
should be
on that rant
slashing,
before.
but
I've gone on that rant before.
Does a
Yeah.
17 hit?
Oh, 17 hits, absolutely. Roll damage.
Yes. Okay, that's a d8 plus my dexterity. Ooh, without my d8, because I've only got one d8 and that's not there. Really need to sort my dice. That's 7 damage.
Okay. So, very good. It goes as you slash it, apparently stick it with a slashing weapon as it goes past. And it wheels around to face you and it's going to slam right at you. And that's a 19, which I'm going to assume hits. It does 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh dear.
And we go over to Bella. Don't fail a death save.
Yeah. 14.
Hey, you're fine. It is a 50-50 each time, so, you've beaten the odds so far.
I mean, it's technically higher than a 50-50.
Yeah, like 55-45, I think, isn't it? Because it's 10 and up. But, yeah, it's close enough to 50-50. Maybe someone should heal you.
I mean, the next turn is literally 50-50.
Okay, we're over to Zombie 2, who's also in a tent. Can they get themselves free? They fucking can't. Okay, over to Shinies.
That is will hold up their hand, just start doing this and say, "Land ahoy!" and cast Toll the Dead.
Okay. Toll the Dead. Now, remind me, what does Toll the Dead do? I'm pretty sure it stabilizes immediately, doesn't it?
No.
Oh.
It is 1d8 normally. 1d12 is still missing.
I'm thinking
any
spare the dying,
life.
aren't I?
Yes, you are. So it's 1d12 against that zombie because I know they've taken damage. But wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. Well, they're not known to be wise. That is a 13.
That is enough.
Oh, wow. Whoever that was in life, they must have been very wise.
The CTC is not high on my character.
Fair enough. It'll get higher later. Okay. Anything else, Shiny?
Probably just move so I can get a better idea of what's going on the battlefield without getting close to anything.
Okay, can do. All right, over to the Mime.
Okay, so I'm going to move to the other tent, and obviously as soon as I see the rabbit stand, I'm going to cast a healing word.
Okay, you will take an attack of opportunity as you move away from... No, Google. No, you stupid fucking phone. As you move away from the zombie.
Sort of miming a pair of...
Yeah, that's not hitting. Okay, yeah, so...
Healing word, and the word is...
The word is...
Defibrillators, that's the one.
Oh, yeah, you're like... Okay, yeah, sure. So roll how much health that is.
1d4 plus my... What modifier is it? Oh, my spellcasting ability modifier.
And...
Which is my proficiency plus my charisma. So that is 1d4. I never realised how many different die are to use.
Yeah. You got to collect them all.
Use my d6s.
Welcome to Ruse's problem.
Mm-hmm. 8 points, very nice. Can you also then roll me a d6 and a d4, please?
A d6 and a d4. Now that is a 3 and 4.
Okay, you take 4 points of lightning damage.
Yes. Okay, I'm down.
I was doing this as a joke because you used a defibrillator, but I'm sticking with it. But the d6 was to determine a random one between you, the zombie, and Belladonna as to who would be targeted by that, and then the d4 was damage. So, whoops. Okay.
Wait, come on. As the person using the defibrillator, I'm holding the insulated handles. I should be immune.
It's feedback. I don't make the rules. I mean, I did just make that rule.
You do. But... In this particular case, you do.
You made them up like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I said this would be some bullshit. Okay, over to Zombie 2, who's trying to escape. Oh, no, not Zombie 2. Over to no, we've done Shiny, we've done Mime. Over to Zombie 3. There we go, who is trying to escape. So it was the same anyway. Fucking hell, only 2s. Only 2s. Okay, top of the round then. Zombie 1, who is up and at him, is going to come in and... Yeah, alright. He's going to come in and... No, actually, they've seen Shiny. They're going to go after Shiny. I almost had him coming in to try and kill the Mime. They run up to you and try and slam into you. That is a 12. Does that beat your AC?
That will hit, although I will burn a spell slot and hellish rebuke them. So,
ooh, lovely.
Can you roll me a dex save?
A dex save? That's not going to do well. Yeah, it ain't good. That's a 4.
Yeah, 13 damage.
13 damage? Bloody hell. Hold on a sec then. Hellish rebuke. What kind of damage is that?
Fire.
Fire, okay. It doesn't matter then. Okay, so...
Fire, I thought it was bludgeoning.
Hang on, I've got to roll a check. Ha! Yep, that zombie's dead. I'm even going to say you don't get the damage from the original hit. You just like go, no. You use power word nope. And that zombie's gone.
Power word Chinese.
Power word Shinies, yes. I like that. Over to Bella, you're up for the first round of combat. As far as you're aware.
I suppose I should try to get the Mime up.
That'd be a good idea. Also for now.
Although the real question is why.
That's a medicine check, correct?
Yep, that'll be a medicine check. DC 10 for stabilizing. It won't get him back up unless you've got like potion of healing or anything.
Does a 20 hit?
A 20 does hit the DC required to medicine them. You're slapping them with it. Was that a natural 20 or?
Yes.
Oh, a natural 20.
Oh yeah, that with the medicine, that 22.
You know what? With a natural 20, I'll say you're back up with 1 hit point. The Mime.
Of course, this isn't done gracefully or anything. Belladonna just smacks the Mime and says, "Get up."
Stabilized them so hard they're now unstable, but they're back up. They're back up. Okay, any movement at all?
Yes, actually, I'm going to step outside the tent and move somewhere I could see get like a better point of view of things.
Okay, actually, we're gonna end combat there because the other 2 zombies are stuck in a tent. They can't currently get out. So I'm going to say that you're probably able to stop them getting out reasonably, from getting out of the tent without needing to do checks or anything like that at this point.
I mean, we can basically just sit there and keep bludgeoning them to death inside the tent.
I mean, I assume it'd be especially easy once I use my torch to light them on fire.
The Mime's like, because that is their tent.
You can absolutely set fire to the tent if you want. No one's stopping you, apart from maybe the Mime. But
which is worse for the Mime, losing the tent, or we bludgeon zombies to death inside the tent, thus covering the tent in it?
I will say, you're only about 5 or 6 miles away from a town where you can probably stay for the next night. I'll light the tent on
fire. I'll look back and go, "Sorry, did you say something?"
Evil, I love it. Have a point of inspiration, right? Okay, so in the warm, refreshing, slightly bacon-scented glow of the burning tent, you slowly watch the sunrise. One of you is slightly pissed off about this whole situation. But yeah, sun rises, and you happen to know there's a town. It's probably about 10 miles away. You can get there probably half a day or so.
Alright, that's not bad.
Yeah. They'll probably sell tents. So I'm going to cut to that. And you arrive, and it's evening. It's not late evening, sun's still in the sky, but it's starting to get orange. Starting to get a little bit cooler, and you come up to the town, and there's this really large gate. It's quite an impressive looking gate with a very unimpressive looking guard in front of it. It looks half asleep, and
just remember to point out when there's anything shiny nearby for me.
His helmet's quite shiny.
I'll wake his guard.
Okay, I have a question. I have an important question. This town belongs to what kingdom?
We're still in Perista.
Because, as my background, I chose the faceless background, and as a perk of one of that, I have the faceless persona feature, which is basically I have a second life as a persona of my choosing. The one I chose was a government investigator.
Oh, okay.
As part of this, I get a disguise, and as part of the disguise, I chose that I have like little official-looking badges, one for each of the nations.
Okay, that sounds great. So the guard does actually open his eyes when you arrive.
No. Excuse me, sir. What town is this?
All right, welcome. We're in Newton Frubwell.
This is so this is the place with the corruption charges.
The what now?
I was sent to this town because the local guards are being charged by corruption by the Perister government.
He starts to visibly sweat. And like, hey, now, and he hides he has a large jar which contains some kind of golden liquid. He hides that behind his foot and stands up straight and says, "Now, nothing like that around here. You're fine."
Obviously, it's not the whole organization. I just need to find the particular individuals. That's why I've been here.
Well, all right. I tell you what. If you're looking for, and he looks around for a second, he goes, "Not here. Meet me in the tavern, right? 8 p.m. Okay? After my shift's done, I can't say it here. The walls have eyes. You understand?"
I very much do. I've done this before.
Yeah. Well, I'll
Mark the plank.
I won't stop you after you go. You don't mind me searching your bags, though, right? I mean, that is my job.
Of course not.
Okay. How are you stowing Nylx currently? As this will probably raise some questions.
I mean, I've been carrying Nylx like as a second, like I attach a leather strap. I've been carrying him as a second backpack.
All right. Okay. So he's gonna take a look at that and go. Criminal worry?
Don't question the orb nor the kobold holding it.
Right you are. Right you are. And the rest of you, anything I should know about?
Chinese.
Is she all right in the head?
Oh, they make for wonderful conversation.
Does she need the sanitarium?
She's perfectly fine.
All right then.
Okay, at this point, the Mime uses a message on the guard, and he hears it says, "I wouldn't worry about my sanity if I were you."
Yeah.
I think
Lasers? You hear
I
that?
think we hear what?
Around there might be shapeshifters about.
I mean,
mimics.
He hears it,
Do
he
you
then
need
hears
the
in his head.
sanitarium?
He then hears in his own head, "Well, maybe you're one of us and don't know it."
He's starting to go white and just sort of look off into the middle distance, and he just waves a hand and goes, "Go on then, Fru. I'll see you at 8 o'clock." Yeah.
Oh, I'll be needing this. I take the hat off his head and walk out.
Okay. He's not going to react. He's pretty shell-shocked from what's just been happening. So yeah,
I toss the helmet to Shinies.
You're able to go on through, and you enter the town of Newton Frubwell. And yeah.
As we're walking off, the guard hears one more message. "Oh, without that, what's going to protect you from their beams?"
And you actually can get a message back from message. I've just realized. So you are going to get something back, but you're just going to get his surface fort because he doesn't know he's messaging. You're going to get, oh no. I heard they were turning the Kuatoa gay. And yeah, so you've created Alex Jones the Guard. Well done. Another evil deed. Another evil deed accomplished. You can have inspiration for that as well. Right. Okay. This has completely gone in a different direction I was expecting.
Have we had a chance to rest since the Battle of the Zombies?
No, you're all looking pretty tired. And in fact,
Okay,
if you hadn't done any of that shit, the guard was going to recommend you go get some sleep.
I am going to do something nice. I'm going to buy a tent
Okay,
for
yeah.
the mine.
So there's an adventuring supplies shop. It's reasonably near the tavern because, as of course all adventurers know, no good adventure starts anywhere else. You're gonna make an adventuring supplies shop next to the tavern. That's where all the adventurers come from. So yeah, there's an adventuring supplies shop. It's called Nylx, and it is right opposite the tavern. In fact, actually, occasionally you can see a couple of people come out of the tavern and walk just straight into the adventuring supplies shop. Presumably, they're beginning modules somewhere. You hear muttering of a lost mine of Fandelver and a keep on the borderlands somewhere.
For the adventuring shop, when looking for a tent, I want to find the tent that's farthest in the back. The one that's been there forever, has never sold.
Okay. You find essentially what is a tatty bit of deer skin that hasn't been properly treated. There's some mold and blood still on it. And it stinks. It stinks just awful. It is awful. It is basically rotting. And the adventure supplies seller, who's a big Goliath, a big burly Goliath, with, he's covered in furs. Goes hunting every night, that sort of thing. Goes, yeah, If you want that, you can have it for free.
I'll take it. What else do you have? Do you have anything particularly interesting here?
Well, just your usual, bolts, arrows, weapons, armor, rations, standard adventurer stuff. We do the lot.
So nothing like unique or interesting?
Nah. This is level 1 stuff. This is level 1 stuff. You don't get anything else here. No.
Bit of a shame.
You go on the adventure to get the special stuff, don't you?
Well, I thank you for the tent either way.
No problem. Glad you got it out of the place. It was making it stink.
I'm going to give this free tent to the Mime.
Okay.
They were giving away tents at the shop. I hand her the tent.
And
It's actually day.
Oh, sorry. I give them the tent.
add a terrible, rotting piece of deer carcass to your inventory and have like brackets tent maybe or something. I don't know.
The Mime beats her eyes and smiles, but I think you can guess exactly what sort of smile it is.
You're going to be hearing voices in your head soon enough, I think, Belladonna. Okay, so the town's reasonably small. There's the tavern there. There's the adventuring supplies. There's a nice little fountain in the middle. Couple of side streets, places to live. There's standard industries as well as you might expect going on. But to be quite honest, this has been made just for this adventure. So I'm going to shovel you all into the tavern now. Which has a name, of course. It's the Pickle and Post.
Of course.
And you walk in, and it is full of dwarves. It's the first, well, with the exception of the bartender, actually. The bartender is not a dwarf. The bartender is a furbolg. So reasonably hairy, kind of sort of like a giant, but smaller. Around the size of a particularly tall humanoid. Well, they are a humanoid. They're particularly tall humanoid, but they're really quite hairy. Bushy hair coming out of everywhere, especially the ears.
They're tall, hairy cow people.
Yeah, ish. And this one is covered in freckles and has a really, really happy look on her face, and she smiles at you and goes, "Hey, what can I get you all?"
Oh, I just need something to drink for now. I'm meeting up with someone later.
Y'all here for the night, or?
We probably should be.
Well, let me get y'all started with a room. And she takes a key from the back and goes, "Just 5 silver."
I mean, I could do that, yeah. 5 silver.
Mm-hmm. Hands over the key and goes, "Any drinks?"
Yeah, I'll take
The
one.
Mime. The Mime basically gestures and just sort of gestures just sort of out of the Rabbit's peripheral vision to indicate that she's paying.
So 4 drinks. Is Nylx going to be just unconsciously putting one down? Or is that 4 just for you, the Mime? But either way, 4 beers are getting pulled, and the total price, that'll probably be just 2 silver pieces there, sugar. Okay. So you've got your beers, and yeah, it's a bar mostly full of dwarves. There's maybe some nearby trading posts with the half under home, or maybe it's a smaller set of hill dwarves maybe who have been working nearby. They don't normally like unless they're journeyman dwarves. So something you generally know about dwarven society is they tend to stay in their homes, in their, either their great under mountain cities and that sort of thing, or their hill forts. They tend to stay in those most of the time, except for when they become journeymen, which is about 30 years of their life. They'll go out and just do odd jobs and learn the ways of the world, and then they'll come back and apply that trade to where they grew up, basically. But usually when they're journey dwarves, they're only in like groups of 2 or 3. There are plenty here. There are probably about 20. So it's likely that there's a hill fort settlement nearby, because you're not like stuck in your hill fort. You can go out and about, but you tend to just still live there. So they've just probably come here for the ambience or something like that. But there's there's a few tables. They're mostly morosely looking at their drinks and not particularly looking around. But there's a group playing dice in the corner, and there's a couple of like really raucous cheers occasionally whenever someone wins big. And out in the back, you can hear just sort of this arrhythmic thumping. Followed by, hey, attaboy, he's done it. Oh, what a man, what a throw. And yeah. No idea what that is, but that's certainly happening. And yeah, there's a table by the window if you need to sit down with your drinks.
I think sitting down for right now will be fine. I'll sit down at a table. I'll put Nylx in the seat beside me.
Mime downs one of the beers and basically somehow they hide the rest in their bag.
Okay, that's gonna be a very wet bag.
And Shinies will just down the beer and decide to go get rest before 8, because it would be nice to have one of my slots back.
Okay, you're going straight upstairs for sleep. And that's that's fine. You can start to rest up there. Are you doing a short rest or a long rest?
Long, so I can get the spell slot back.
Long rest. Okay, so you're out for the night. The rest of you doing anything in here?
No, I'm just waiting for contact.
Okay.
Well, is it out for the night or out till the night?
Well, it's probably about 6 p.m. So you'll be out until 4 in the morning.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
Like, I'll be honest, I was just going to use that like as a passing way to scare the guard, but now I'm curious.
And Shinies will just be upstairs, hugging the helmet, waiting to be woken up if they're needed.
Hugging the helmet, eh? Okay.
Yeah. The Mime just sort of sat down.
I mean, it sounds like a euphemism, but they literally have a shiny helmet.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mime's just sort of miming, drinking from the mug their beer was in before.
Okay.
So, Nylx, you want a drink? I put a drink in front of Nylx.
Nylx does not have a drink, unfortunately. So over the next couple of hours, then, as you're waiting for 8 p.m. to roll around, well, with the exception of Shinies just snoring away, presumably going shinies, all the way through the night. So the rest of you just get your drinks on and reasonably merry, not too bad. There's food going around as well. It's sausage and mash, or for the vegetarians and vegans, they do sausage and mash, but they've spat in it. And the card game is not the card game, so the dice game is getting more loud and rowdy, and there's a lot of gold putting down on the table, and that thumping is still happening out back, whatever that is. But 8 p.m. rolls around and the door opens, and in comes the guard. No helmet on. He's sort of touching, like holding his head as if to keep the sounds out. And he spots you immediately and just makes a beeline straight for you. But then turns halfway, goes to the bar, orders a stiff drink, downs it, and then heads towards you. And says, mind if I take the chair?
Oh, go ahead. So, I move Nylx.
Just put on the floor.
I'll just be like on the table. Nylx is a very small creature.
The guard looks at Nylx and he's like, that ain't natural. What's wrong with your pet?
Oh, he's just been sleepy.
Oh, right. He's alive, is he?
I check Nylx's pulse. Yeah, he's alive.
Okay. He's like, you just look at him. You lot are strange, but you're out of towners. You got to expect that. So about these problems, what do you know already?
I know that there have been quite a few complaints down at the offices in Paris.
What sort? About what?
I mean, abuse. I mean, like, over-abuse is one of them. Apparently there are some people who are way too happy to take the law into to enforce the law, if you know what I mean.
Vigilantes. Yeah, we get a lot, but unfortunately, we really are an adventure economy over here.
Oh no, I'm not talking vigilantes. I'm talking guards who may take things a bit too far when they get the chance.
Well, I don't know.
I've gotten more than one complaint about things like that.
Well, what sort of things? Anything concrete?
I mean, so far it's just a few complaints about guards being exceptionally abusive towards people.
Oh, well. I mean, sometimes you gotta be hard on them, otherwise they won't. They won't learn their lesson.
But you sounded like you had something else in mind when I brought up corruption.
I thought you might have meant, and he looks around again, and he's have you paid much attention to the clientele here?
I'm sorry, can you say that again, Nick?
He says, have you paid much attention to the clientele here?
Not much. Why do you ask?
Well, only, and he's going to say it loudly, only this very clearly is a mafia establishment. And suddenly Italian music stops and everyone is now, all of the dwarves are now looking at you.
The mime just sort of pretends, just knocks their head back and pretends they just heard a very funny joke.
Are you accusing me of something, sir?
I'm not accusing you at all. Consider this a warning. One of the dwarves at the table playing cards. No longer playing. Sorry, playing dice. No longer playing dice. Says, here. Wouldn't want you washing up in the river, would we?
Does this town have a river in it?
It does.
Okay.
Mime's growing.
Hey, get a load of that wise guy. Some kind of bard over here.
You're not helping.
Big Mickey ain't about helping. Big Mickey's about comfortable and profitable arrangements.
I get the message. Don't worry.
And the guy goes, good. Just thought I'd give you a warning. You're stepping on controlled ground is what I'm saying. It ain't your place to be butting in. You'll want to just have a good night's sleep, spend some cash, spend a little more than you would ordinarily, just to, smooth matters over, and I'm sure you'll be fine and on your way.
It's good advice, and I thank you.
He gets up and says, if that'll be all, I need to go home and have a good old nap and see about getting myself a new helmet.
I'm sorry, the last one, it was vital for my job.
Understood.
I'm sure you understand.
Understood.
As he
oh yeah.
You said we were sitting next to a window?
Yes.
As he's walking out, I'm going to pay attention to which direction he goes.
Okay, he's walking up the street, so it's up the hill. And so he's walking sort of in the northern direction from where you're going. And you sort of see him disappear up the road that way. But as he as he disappears, another figure enters the tavern in a heavy cloak, completely face completely obscured, and goes up to the bar. And I've just got to skip ahead a little because I expected you to play some bar games. Right, okay, so gets to the bar and doesn't lower the hood, but simply asks a question, and the bar is still quite quiet, so you're able to hear it immediately. And he goes, "Hi there, bartender. Have you seen a mime or a rabbit anywhere?"
I'm going to take this moment to walk on out.
The bartender is pointing in your direction right now. And
I'm going to hide under the table.
okay, roll me a stealth check.
That is 14.
Okay. Check perception. Okay. The figure turns and lowers its hood, and it is a slightly blotched and mottled skin and a shock of blonde hair, but you recognize Bully Chesterton. And he's here to
my
ask you
friend.
some questions, like, why did you kill me in a massive vat of penis-shaped pickles? I'm very upset about that. It ruined my day.
I'm actually surprised. How are you up and walking, bully?
I don't really know. The moment I died, it seems like I just came straight back. I feel seethingly angry, and like this won't end until you or I are dead.
Those are some very interesting options right there. I have another one. Did you hear that I was the winner of the festival?
I did, and that has made me even more annoyed than before.
And as he says that, I put on the ring.
Okay. Okay, hold on a sec. I need to check a note. I need to check something. Okay, cool. Can you all roll initiative, please? Except you, Shinies, you're asleep.